guys, I'm here today with my cousin Christina.
Hello.
Who you guys have all seen in my vlogs before, and we decided to come up with a little, I guess...
Segment?
Yeah, a little segment to like talk
chat
about... Yeah, to
thing.
talk about...
A chat thing.
A chat thing.
It's a chat thing.
It's a chat thing. No, but we wanted to kind of have like a little discussion about bullying because we both have gone through bullying throughout our lives, and I know that a lot of you guys struggle with that on a daily basis, and you guys, I get so many emails from you asking to cover this topic, and I thought that it would be a really good idea because
we've talked about that a lot in our own personal experiences with just having a hard time in school and with other kids when you were younger. Well, not only kids, like teenagers and...
Even parents.
Yeah,
like
even parents.
Bullying from whatever. So I thought it would be kind of a good idea to discuss that in more detail.
I would have loved to have something like that when I was going through it, because I was sort of shy.
I've talked about this before, but I couldn't even raise my hand in class because I thought that people were going to judge me if I said the wrong thing. Even if I knew the answer was right. I was like too scared to say anything. I don't know.
Oh, I wanted to raise my hand and I wanted to take part, but I would turn beet red.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I used to blush all the time, uncontrollably. And the worst thing when you get red, I realize now if I blush, it's just funny. I'm like, I'm really red. But when I was younger, people would be like, oh my God, you're blushing, you're red. And I'm like, I know, I can feel it. And the more people talk about it, the more red you get, the more you just want the floor to open up and swallow you. Yeah. But I just remember being so embarrassed, so I would just not say anything. And then if you get put on the spot...
Oh my God, that was the worst. The teacher's like, oh, Christina, or oh, Alex, and you're like...
red, and you're just like, I'm just going to cover my face.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not red.
Have you ever gotten bullied by a teacher, or felt like you've been... Not bullied, but like kind of singled out or like...
No, not really by a teacher. That's never
happened to me once.
That's happened to you?
Basically, I had a French project, and I wasn't the strongest in French, but the program I was in was very like advanced, and everyone in my class was very good at French because they all came from like French backgrounds. And we had a project, and because I was so shy, I was way too embarrassed to like raise my hand and ask what it meant. So I actually didn't understand the purpose of the assignment, and it was an oral presentation, and it was like weeks later, and I was too shy to ask any questions, to ask whatever it meant, so I kind of just did what I thought I needed to do, and I presented it, and it was completely wrong. So not only did I have to present something in front of the class in French, which I was super embarrassed about, but it had nothing to do with and the teacher got really mad at me, and she thought I did it on purpose.
How old were you?
I was 13, but I look like I was 8. So
have you all seen pictures of Alex when she was 13? Because she was so cute. Are you gonna put a picture in here? Put it right here. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
That was so me cute. In grade 8. So picture that and me trying to give an oral presentation on something that had nothing to do with the topic. Of course, the whole class laughed because they were like, "What is she doing?" Yeah. And they let me present it. Oh no, what happened was they asked me to the office afterwards to talk to me, and they knew I was a really shy person. Like a teacher can tell when you have shy kids. And I go in there, and it's not like I did it on purpose, the assignment wrong, and she started getting mad at me and yelling at me and saying like, how could you do that, you know, like you knew the assignment's about, like why would you do that, blah blah blah. And I was having such a hard time understanding her because she was yelling at me in French that I just started crying. And I was in the office with all the other teachers, and they were looking at me, and I started bawling my eyes out, and she was just like, oh my gosh. And then one of the other teachers gave me Kleenex, and then she started talking to me in English. She's like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm sorry, I just don't understand what you're saying. I didn't understand the project, but I'm too shy to come say anything. Like, I'm so embarrassed. And then she felt really bad. But it was just, it was strange to me that she got so mad, knowing the kind of person I was. Like, I was in her class for almost a full year before this happened.
Maybe she was trying to get you, not in the best way maybe, but trying to get you out of your shell.
Maybe.
There's nothing worse than feeling kind of singled out like that. Yeah. When I was young, it's not the same thing, but I my first language is Italian, and there's people that speak Italian in our city, but schools are not Italian. Schools are French or English, and my parents put me in French school. And when I started school,
did you speak English at this time?
No.
Oh, only Italian?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So, I was, first of all, I switched schools like 20 times when I was really young because I was terrified of the whole experience. I was just like, I want to stay with my grandparents. Yeah.
Aww.
But when I finally had to start pre-K, I didn't know how to speak English or French, so I couldn't speak to any of the kids.
Oh my gosh.
It's terrifying. When you're really young, that's really isolating. And I remember the only reason I was okay with staying in school when they finally found a school after like 20 tries was because the teacher was Italian. And so she reminded me of my nonna. So the whole class, I would just like super shy little me would like stand in front of the class next to the teacher and not talk to anybody else. And I finally made a few friends that also spoke Italian, and then my parents started speaking English to me, and I went to French school, so I learned quickly. You learn quick when you're young. She
speaks a lot of languages now.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
So it's a good thing, but
at the time
it was
traumatizing.
It was traumatizing. God.
So we were actually talking, I was talking to my sister the other day, and she was saying how she used to be bullied by a boy, and you said you were bullied by a boy.
Yeah, I was bullied by a boy in grade 3 and 4 at the same school that I was at.
Was it because he liked you, or was he just mean?
Apparently he liked me. Apparently.
I mean.
But he like punched me a few times, and he would shove me in the schoolyard, and I was...
Whoa.
Yeah, it was awful, and I would go tell on him, and obviously he would get punished and this and that, but it was really scary, and it hurt a lot.
Boys, you gotta not hit girls.
I actually ran into him a couple years ago, like
Does
downtown.
He remember?
Yeah. I didn't remember him.
But
So this guy, who shall remain unnamed, we were out like downtown one night, and he's like, hey, Christina is like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey, how's it going? Because it happens that like I see people don't really remember who they are.
Yeah,
so
but
I was
you're
like,
gonna be
oh,
nice.
like trying to remember who he was. And then he told me his name, and I was like, that's you? I was like, this guy punched me when I was 7.
In grade 7 and 8,
so cute.
I had no fashion
so
sense.
Cute.
Okay, looked like an 8-year-old kid. I'm not even kidding. I was 4'6".
Oh my God.
Until grade 10.
Yeah.
4'6".
Yeah. I remember. I used to babysit her. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was 4'6", no style. I remember wearing one time these like fleece pants with Finding Nemo on them and a monkey shirt. Don't ask me why. And I had come back from the pool because I was a swimmer.
I'd probably be hip now. Yeah, maybe not.
God.
But
no. And you know what's weird is that I could wear the most popular thing, but because I was wearing it, it wasn't cool. I remember this one time, my sister came to my rescue. There's this girl that was really mean to me.
Oh, I love this story.
Yeah.
I love this story.
So there's this girl that was really mean to me in grade 7 and 8, like a real bitch, okay? She was so mean to me for no reason. I never did anything to her, but she just did not like me for whatever reason. And she would just constantly make fun of me. So one day I was wearing sparkly nail polish, and she's like, ew, Allie, why are you wearing sparkly nail polish? That's so ugly. And I was just like, I was too scared to say that I put it on because I liked it, because I was too embarrassed. So I said my sister put it on me when I was sleeping. And she's like, yeah, sure. I'm like, no, she did, but like totally not true. And then like 2 days later or whatever, obviously I took the nail polish off. 2 days later, I was in the locker room after swimming, and she was there, and my sister was just waiting by me, and so she's like getting changed, and she looks at my sister. She goes, so Kyla, did you paint your sister's nails with sparkly nail polish while she was sleeping? And my sister looks at her, and she goes, yeah. And I remember like I just look at my sister like, oh my God. And then the girl was just like, oh, okay, whatever. And I was like,
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, for one, I shouldn't lie, but thank you so much, Kyla, for...
That's an okay lie.
Yeah.
That's an okay lie.
Yeah, it's hot, eh?
I'm hot,
it's because
I'm
the
sweating.
lights, I swear.
Oh.
We have this thing that when we laugh or we get excited, we sweat.
The other thing I find that is, if this could help at all with anybody, is that when I was being bullied in school, I was so ashamed of it.
Really?
Yeah, I was shy, first of all, and I was scared to tell my parents or my family or my friends or anybody.
Really?
Yeah, like I didn't tell anybody,
which
I think is not good.
No.
I think that if you are going through something, it's really important to have someone that you can talk to, whoever it is, just to talk to somebody, because it sort of takes a load off and makes
they can also help you.
They can help. But then when I switched schools, I was a new girl in school for grade 5 and 6. And the popular guy told somebody he thought I was pretty, I think. And so the popular girl, I was jealous. I was probably not that pretty in grade 5. I was like super buck-toothed and like...
Okay, but you were always cute.
I was awkward looking. You know.
Yeah.
It's who cares? Yeah, it's whatever. But the popular girl decided to turn everyone against me, and one girl became my friend just so that she could like read my diary and tell the other girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and they used to call me on three-way and pretend somebody wasn't there and sing songs about me in
Literally
school.
Mean Girls.
No, actually,
The movie Mean Girls.
I used to cry myself to sleep every night. It was really bad, and all the school outings and all of that stuff I didn't want to go to.
And you weren't telling anyone?
I didn't tell anybody.
Wow.
Yeah, and until it sort of, I had to tell people because I was like, I refuse to go on this like retreat with the school or take part in the school play, and I wanted to so badly.
Oh my God.
It was awful. It was
Wow.
terrible, and it's really sad when you don't share that with somebody.
You feel alone.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
In that you're not. I mean, so many people, and then now that I talk about it and meet so many girls and
It's
even
crazy.
guys,
Yeah.
not only girls get bullied. We're girls obviously, but
Yeah.
guys get bullied too.
I actually had a guy friend growing up that was bullied really badly
Yeah.
because he was just different than everyone, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's actually super cool now and has a million friends, but at the time, so many people made fun of him because he was just not the same. I have girls that bullied me in high school, and I see them now, and they have no idea that they even bullied me.
Yeah, really?
Like, they didn't know that was bullying. They were like, oh, you're just really sensitive. And I'm like, no.
It's funny perspective sometimes.
Yeah.
I've seen some of the girls that...
But you don't say anything?
No, I don't say anything.
They're probably all so jealous of you now.
Whatever. Except for one time when I ended up going to a new high school. Okay, so I was supposed to go to one high school where all of these girls were going.
Yeah.
And then when I finally told my mom about all of this, she was like,
no,
she was like, you're not going to that high school. She's like, you're switching schools. So I switched schools before school started.
Yeah.
She's like, just get away from these people. It's not running away from the problem, but it's also not. You don't need to. I had to go to a new school anyway.
Yeah.
So I went to another school, and when I told my best friend that I met, who's still my best friend to this day, Leanna and Tanya, I have a few. But when I was telling her about this, she was so mad that we ended up seeing one of the girls on the bus, and she was like, it was like a packed bus, and she kind of like shoved her off the bus. She was so mad. I was like,
it's so funny.
She didn't hurt her. Violence is not the answer.
No, it's not, guys.
But
seriously?
it was a little shove. Leanna's also like a 5'2".
I know she's so.
totally
I can't like picture her doing that now.
I know she's not. No, she's so cute. Yeah.
But yeah, I also want to say that payback is not the answer as well, because there were so many times where I had me thinking of like revenge and things. Honestly, the best thing for revenge is success. And when you are just bettering your own life and completely happy in your own life, then these people look at you and they're just like...
I never thought about... That was one thing I never was like a vengeful. Were you?
I told my parents everything. I would come home crying and be like, this person said this. Like, I was such a tattletale, but like, they...
That's not a tattletale.
I guess,
That's good that you told your parents.
I didn't know this at the time, but my mom actually went to my teachers and my principal and was like, can you just keep an eye on her and like make sure that everything's okay? And my teacher was like completely oblivious. He was like, Allie's being made fun of? Oh my gosh. Like, no, she's best friends with all the girls. I was just like, is that a joke?
They didn't know.
Like, wow, that's so... And I think about it like now, and like things that they would say to me really is not the end of the world. Like, at all. It's because I was very
Mine
skinny.
were really bad, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, someone hit you.
Yeah.
Like...
They used to sing songs about me, but get me to sing them with them, and like I didn't know it was about me.
Oh God.
It was awful.
Yeah, that's...
Anyway.
Honestly,
things change so much when you're out of high school.
I know, and like, you only know that after.
I know.
Like, high school seems like it's the biggest thing in life, but it's not.
I didn't have social media when I was growing up, and that must be another factor in it all, because one thing that was, when I was going through all of this stuff at school, I could go home and be with my family and be with you guys, and it didn't exist, and like I would just be able to sort of get away from it.
Yeah, and whereas now it's like cyberbullying is a huge thing. I mean, people commit suicide constantly because of cyberbullying, and it's so hard because you just can't escape it.
Yeah.
I mean, technically you can turn off your internet,
but
put off your phone, but really, who does that, you know?
That? Yeah.
And I just know so many girls that do get bullied and do struggle with it so much. Not even just girls, boys too. And it's so hard, but you need to realize in the moment that whoever's bullying you obviously has an underlying issue. It might not even be you personally.
No.
It
probably isn't.
No.
And you're just an easy target.
Yeah.
You're just an easy target.
Like, they have problems with themselves, and sometimes these people don't even realize what they're doing.
Like, Kyla didn't get bullied because
Actually, she got pretty badly bullied.
Oh, did she?
1 year, but like majority of her adolescent life. No.
Because she's not an easy target.
She's not.
Because you say something to Kyla and she's gonna talk right back to you.
I know. Definitely stick up for yourself, and don't be scared scared to like
tell your parents,
Yeah.
tell some friends,
Yeah.
and tell a teacher.
For real, because
Don't keep it in.
they can help you. Even if you
Yeah.
think like you're all alone, even if you think that this happens to no one, like I can guarantee you that almost every single person has gone through some sort of bullying.
In their own world, in their
Yeah.
own perspective, right? It's so
Yeah.
much about perspective, and you don't know what someone is going through. You never know. That's one thing I really learned.
Yeah, even the
through
people that
life
are
in
bullying
general.
you don't know what they're going through at home or
Yeah.
in general.
Doesn't
So-
give them a right to bully you.
No.
But just to understand sort of a bigger picture and know that it gets better.
It does. Life is so much better after high school.
It gets better. I mean, there's other things that are really hard after high school. You know, it's
Yeah.
not necessarily
but
better and easy, but
Yeah.
it's that kind of thing.
high school
goes away.
isn't your whole life.
Yeah.
But people think that high school is like
I know.
the time to shine, and
It's not.
if you guys have any stories for us or have any, comments about what we said or just anything in general, leave them in the comments down below. I'm going to be going through them like every day and responding. She's probably going to read them as well.
Yeah.
Also, if you have things that you're too shy to say in the comments or whatever, you can always email me. My email will be listed down below. Not my business email, guys. Do not stop. Please stop sending emails to my business email.
Are they sending you guys? Yeah.
Yeah. So I have 2 emails. Send the one that I actually
God,
respond
Alex,
to,
your feet are
guys.
so small. I have really big feet, and that's something I was really embarrassed about.
Okay, but I don't notice it on you.
No, I guess I'm tall, but anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. They're not that big.
And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. Also, I will leave Christina's links down in the description. Please go follow her on Twitter and Instagram.
Yeah.
It means a lot to us. And also, we are thinking of doing kind of like a short movie.
Yeah, we're trying to brainstorm something.
Yeah, so if you have
It'll be
any
fun.
ideas for that, leave them in the comments. And I hope this helped you in any way. And I love you guys all so much. And don't be scared to reach out to me because I always answer. And I love you all. Bye! Yeah, there is fluff everywhere.
There really
right?
is.
Like, what is that?
I don't
feel
know.
like this whole time I've been
Oh
like...
my god, look at my pants!
Hey, we're on TV.
Hey, you're on TV.
Unbelievable. What channel is this?
Unbelievable talent.